You're playing against the boss.
The baboos.
Obsess and the boss.
Yeah.
For me, it's really obvious that Jarvan starts red and that's early gank. Top or mid. Because he has Galio, but me is like kinda impossible against Vladimir. Unless he goes when Vladimir is still level 2 and only has QE.
I mean, you really think it's obvious that it's level 3 top lane gank? Because
If I look at the lanes, right? So basically, first of all, Jarvan will always start in red. Always, right?
yes,
Because
of
he needs
course.
to gank with red. But let's actually remove this. And second of all, he has two options if he starts in red. Either mid lane gank can only be possible if he goes before Vladimir has pull. So basically he can go mid lane gank when Galio still is level 2 and Vladimir is level 2. But even then, because Vladimir has Ghost and Flash, if he flashes away soon enough, he still gets away. The only way they kill me is like Galio taunt into CC lock. And I don't think it's very likely. But top lane is much more guaranteed. Well, also the Gragas Lich Sin is kinda obvious that he's starting top, right?
Yeah, but also because Gragas early on is like very weak. My thought process here was that I wanted to get early prayer, right? And even if they gank, I should be strong enough with Ignite and Wave to basically contest the gank, which will also happen in this game. And this is the first mistake basically I did here.
Did I get level 2 first?
I wasted my ward. If I didn't waste my ward, I didn't have to face check him there and I could have killed.
I think there's another issue they did here with the Flash Hook. So,
And
if you're gonna
ignited too
ignite, well, but if you're gonna ignite, you never need to ward, that's the thing. Right? Because ignite
Yeah, I
gives
think
vision.
the first ward is fine because this makes him step left, right? And not try to juke me. And if I ignite a bit earlier, I don't have this weird jiggle animation where he can actually land the E backwards and run away, right? Because I'm standing between the tower and him and not on the side like this, where he gets the E away, then it's fine.
Yeah, you should play it like up here.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why, because I ignited too late and I was a bit nervous, right? Playing against the boss. I 100% get the kill here if I play it correctly.
The other thing you could have done, I feel like you didn't, once he's in this bush, you didn't even need to keep using the Q. Like, once Gragas is stuck in this bush, you can just wait here and wait 2 or 3 seconds. Do you know why you should wait 2 or 3 seconds?
Well, no clue.
Because if you wait 2 or 3 seconds,
Auto takes face rush, right?
yes, the face rush on Gragas wears off, so he cannot proc face rush anymore by using the E on you, and you get the W cooldown back.
Yeah,
So I think the
good
correct
point.
thing to do is like when Gragas is in this bush, you're under no pressure, right? Like, if you see your wave, there's no minion that Gragas can... Like, the only danger would be like the minions randomly kill your minions, and he gets level 2 in the bush. But won't happen, look, they're all full HP. And this one is not getting hit by any minions, right? So if you just wait here, you just stall and wait for his face rush 3 auto attacks, right? Like auto E, that's what procs face rush. So he had auto attacked you twice, that's why when he stunned you with D, he ran away at full speed because of face rush. So if you just stall, and the ignite is giving you vision on him in the bush, and then you can just ward this bush after or whatever, but the ignite is giving you vision, you don't need anything else. You just stall, and then you will have flash W later. So then when you finally walk into a bush, he has two options: either flash away, in which case you flash W, and then if he stuns you, you will have Q back up again, and again he won't have level 2. So I think you should have just waited for him in the bush, like out of the bush while he's in the bush. Like here, look.
Yeah, and now just step back and then
Yeah, there usually you wait out. Like one more out if you want, like there, and then step out, right? Like you staying close to him is better for him because you have no more cooldowns left after the last Q. Whereas he has the E, right? So that face rush is what bugs you. And that flash, honestly, I think that's obvious that he's gonna flash away. Why don't you just take the win? Like,
yeah. Also, I guess like even flash, even if he didn't react to that, I think my W was not in time to combo it with it,
so...
and he would have just flashed anyways, and we got to beat, and it's kind of whatever.
I don't think it's worth to trade flash in this lane. That's the issue.
Yeah, kinda, because Gragas is always a bit safer than Riven.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now is the Jarvan gank timer, right? Because the game's gone. So one way you can see is like your Hecarim finished the bot lane counts. Obviously, Jarvan did as well. He's kinda slower, but still, like, he for sure finished. And
Yeah, but I wasn't scared in this scenario.
no,
and it
I know,
worked out.
but just look at your mid lane. What you do is you move camera mid lane, right? And you see like this is ungankable. Even if they CC lock, like at best they take like his ghost or something. Like he's never gonna die.
Yeah.
They don't have enough damage.
Yeah, but I was aware of that gang. I was 100% aware in that situation that this could happen. But I was like not seeing any ways.
But you see,
it could ever work.
the issue with this. Now imagine if you didn't waste flash.
Yeah.
See, if you hadn't flashed, then this would be flash Q auto into E out or whatever, right?
Yeah, and basically red buff, get a good reset, he has to recall TP.
Yeah,
yes.
so burning the flash, especially because you know that Jarvan is ganking you, burning the flash is super troll. That's why burning the flash is troll, because you know that you're gonna play 2v1.
Yeah, I agree.
The other thing is, you still have E and third Q, right?
I think I wasn't sure about Gragas E cooldown at that moment. I think it is up again, and I think if I EQ he can cancel me and die, but I'm not. No way, he didn't have it. He didn't have it.
No, he didn't. That's a E.
Yeah, I could have killed here.
Yeah, why didn't you just keep walking into EQ, no?
Yeah, I input buff on my Q already. It was like mechanical misplay.
Yeah,
100% should have been a kill.
Yeah, I think even like either you don't flash earlier or here you just press EQ and he would die anyway.
Yeah, and also could have like Q danced into tower range kinda, and then
because they have no more cooldowns and you're not getting tower aggro, so you have all the time in the world to walk into him.
Yes.
You're under no pressure. Oh man, so far like the bow skill was like you would have to play it insanely well. I can understand. The flash is less understandable, but this Jarvan was like, I think, kind of tragic that you don't kill. Like that had to be a kill 100%.
Yeah.
Because the gank was so dogshit too. Let me, like, I'm not coaching the Jarvan, right? But let me explain why this Jarvan gank is so bad. Like, the way he ganked is bad.
Yeah, his idea, I think it was like connect after the E-stun, but he was like nowhere in range ever.
Right, but if he knows you don't have flash, this is guaranteed to be like at least a higher chance of kill if he just walks to you and starts auto-attacking.
Yeah.
Like, just walk up to you, double your auto-attack, get slowed. Also, Baus played it wrong by Eing before Jarvan comes, right?
Yeah. I think he wanted to E now because after this wave crashes, he thought I'd leave or something. I'm not sure.
Like, they both played it bad. They both played it bad.
Yeah.
But like, all three of you played it bad. They didn't link the CC. Jarvan used the EQ too early. By the way, one thing I always teach my students, and I assume this Jarvan knows it, I don't know why he did this, is that you should never use your gap. When you're ganking, if you're in front of the enemy, you never use your gap closer into the tower, right?
Yeah. To be fair, I think he was just sleepy basically and like thought he could EQ before the stun wears off of the Gragasy.
I think he thought he was out of vision and you wouldn't react to the EQ even if it's on you, because like he thought he was doing it from out of vision, which is
that could also be the case.
Yeah, I think that was his thought process, but it's really bad. Like, you just walk up and out of here, because then when Riven is low, you have a higher chance of hitting the EQ, or at least you can EQ away if you see you're losing it. So yeah, imagine if you flash there or just keep going, you would kill 100%, because you had no tower aggro.
Yep. Yeah, so there basically in this scenario I want to, like, because he has to recall soon, right? He's getting low on mana and Gragas early sucks, so I want to let the wave come into me, deny as much as I can, and look for a reset timer soon when it's in a favorable spot for me, right? This gank doesn't work, it's all good. He wants this cannon, I zone him away from the cannon here. Yeah, now it's 100% gonna be a reset for him. So I thin the wave a bit and then we reset.
So the reason you didn't third Q there is because of his E?
Yeah, he had his E and it's very easy reactable for
Okay.
Gragas. And that's basically how you want to play every time you see a Riven
But
first Q,
shouldn't you
just
do
E
it anyway, so that you burn his mana, the mana he has left, and the next time you third Q, he wouldn't have enough
I
mana?
mean, but in this case it doesn't matter because he's gonna reset 100% anyways, no?
Hmm.
Yeah, so this is like completely troll.
Yeah. This okay. So I was gonna say this, like the fact that you stayed this long in base fucked you way more than you think. Like, okay, let's see how long you stayed in base unnecessarily, right? So there are
Like
1,
6-7 seconds.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. Okay. So 9 seconds you stayed here where you could have left. In fact, by the way, you could have left a bit sooner if you don't want to leave the base with full HP. So let's say 10 seconds you wasted in base. Those 10 seconds, where would you be? You would be like, in 10 seconds you would be around like here, right?
Yeah.
Or actually you're Riven, so maybe even more with a Q&E, right? So the fact that so you would be walking up with a wave more or less if you didn't wait like 10 seconds. And the fact that you did that allows Baus to get up late and make you lose more minions than you should. So you would have lost a couple of minions anyway, but I think if you didn't like wait in base that long, you would have lost like maybe these 3 or something.
Yeah, because I was greeting for the Phage refillable buy.
Yeah, that's
basically
really bad.
because
that's
it's fucking
really
refillable. Yes. And also, like, thinking back about this game, going gold rank of this game is really shit. And also, Phage first. It was a very awkward buy anyways, but I think double longsword and just send it was 100% better. Especially because of the tempo. My thought process was, yes, I have the Phage now, and against Gragas, there's gonna be a point where he's very obnoxious with his sustain, right? His W is like completely bonkers, and he's like sustain machine basically. And wait, I even did have the pickaxe buy, right? I wanted to go the Phage because I wanted sustain, which is like meh.
So
yeah, this buy was fine.
That
was yeah.
So 35 AD if you went pickaxe versus 15 AD on Phage, right?
Yeah, because I had no pots. I only had a pickaxe, pure pickaxe. But in this scenario, it's completely fine because I'm most likely gonna play the bounce anyways, right? The wave comes in, I'm gonna like get a slow push, get it in, and then reset anyways. So yeah, that was probably the biggest mistake.
But the issue is, I can see your point if it was just if you put on the table pickaxe longsword versus Phage refillable. I see your point. The issue is that is not what is on the table. What is on the table is get Phage and refillable in exchange for losing a whole plate and wave. That is. So if you were telling me, oh yeah, these 2 items, like I made the right decision item waste, that is true, but you're not adding the factor of how much you're losing to the equation.
Yes, agree.
And I think this ruins your lane because now he's gonna be like 1 plate above you, so you lost 175 gold, plus you lost, I don't know, like 3 or 4 minions than you should have lost. So, or even 5, so that would be like another 100, close to 100 gold. So in total he got a kill on you plus XP for free. Because of this. And not only that, he got complete, I guess, agency over the wave after that. So yeah, he gets the blade, you lost like 5 more minions than you should. Yeah, he gets the blade. That's really tragic because now you would have Ignite up against a Gragas with no flash and TP. So you could have lethal if he misplays.
Yes.
With ult and Ignite. But now you will never have lethal because he will always get 6 before you. Like, is this away from 6 and you're 0 away from 6. So you lost like basically a full wave just because of bad staying in base too long. But not only that, I think the recall itself wasn't even that smart. When he has TP.
You would have stayed?
No, I would have killed the whole wave here. These 3 minions, with 2 of them being low HP, is not enough for the wave to freeze here. It can't. I don't know if you knew, like this will never freeze.
Yeah, I know.
So you just kill the whole wave and then wriggle. So then Gragas cannot make you lose as many minions. So there I would have killed that whole wave. But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So then under the tower you would have lost less minions as well. And there would have been less minion damage on the tower. So maybe he doesn't get the plate either. Because the plate he got it due to a minion damage very
Yeah.
like if there are 2 less caster minions or 3 less caster minions, he doesn't get this tower plate.
Yes.
Okay, that was fun necessary by Gragas, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like it was still fine. He didn't lose anything for this. He didn't lose anything. He only gave the kill,
Yeah.
basically.
I think that's
he
a
gets
really
tempo.
bad. I think that's a really bad ignite by you, by the way. He has no E. Track the cooldowns. He had used E, and he had used flash earlier.
Yeah.
So like, why panic and ignite? He has no way out. You can take
That's a
your
thing
time.
which I do a lot, basically.
Because if you didn't ignite, what you could do now is get 6, get a nice recall with more items. So you have like what, a 300 from the kill plus 1 or 2 waves. So then you recall and maybe that's enough for pickaxe or whatever. I don't know. Like, let's see. When you kill this.
And also,
okay, no, but you have 2 longswords or whatever, right? Or like
Yeah.
whatever. You have more AD. Plus the ult and the level 6, so you have lethal when you come back to lane, and you could punish.
Yeah, and this is also true. I was thinking in my head,
you
exact
had
thing.
ignite.
Okay. No. If I get the next wave, I can get the pickaxe by, right? And that's why I wanted to get the next wave. And this was also very true, like in the future, because
Yeah.
he's on the map right now. He has E.
Yeah.
He has like CDR. He gets lane
Yeah.
like very fast.
And also
It's not a
probably,
cannon wave.
rushing boots as well.
Yeah, I think he only went Phoenix Codex and boots after.
Yeah, but
I'm
he
not
has his-
sure. Oh yeah.
But you should 100% have recalled here, buy 1 or 2 longswords or whatever, and then when you're back in the lane, you have lethal. And by the way, you're ungankable now because you will be full HP with ignite and ult. So if Jarvan ganks you, you just pop him, you insta-tap him.
Yep.
So you could have definitely played off of keeping ignite and then going for lethal in the next recall.
Yeah, the problem is because I went for the God Drinker here in this game, right? It's very awkward to play because if I go back and buy double longsword now,
That's your thing. Well, imagine if you had bought pickaxe earlier, you could buy longsword
yeah,
now.
exactly. If I fucking buy double longsword now, it's not possible anymore. There's like nothing I can build out of this basically. So it's very, very tragic. Like he could have even like went for cheese and like stop my recall timer here, but I think.
But
Yeah, and see, and now it's fucked for me. I can't get. I didn't even get the.
you got
didn't
0
even
AD
get the
on that
pickaxe.
recall, 0.
Yes.
So now you have, in your whole build, you have 15 AD. That's so low.
Yeah, for 2k gold.
Yeah, 2k ult, 15 AD, and also you have no ignite. So if you had
Imagine.
40 AD on the build or whatever, or 45 with pickaxe 2 longswords or whatever, or even 1 longsword, then that would be enough to kill with ignite and go for lethal.
Yeah, now basically it's completely fucked. He gets agency again, and after Gragas basically gets some CDR items, this matchup is unplayable. Because Gragas is a counter matchup for Riven, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so he just proxies until he gets his items. And the next recall is gonna be very, very horrible for me. There's nothing I can do right now. Young is not here, so I can never kill. I just have to sit on the turret and accept. And this play,
That's
which
the
I
other thing
do
I was
here-
gonna ask, as a Riven main, if this is gonna be what the lane comes down to, just farming the minions and proxying, why don't you rush Hydra instead?
Yes, but I can't foresee that in the future. If that happens, of course. If I play against Singe, of course, I always rush Hydra.
Well, but you know that you don't have lethal on this champion after the first levels.
Yeah. It was troll because, like, I also don't know 0 damage with that build, right? Because they fucked Godrinker in a way where it's better for other champs, but Riven, Godrinker first in very few matchups is viable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this was many mistakes, like the Jarvan and Gragas that could have been kills, and then the purchases were also tragic.
Yes.
Because imagine how much you could... Well, you wouldn't have it finished, but you would be at least proxying these waves way better, and then you could even go for jungle steals, like you could steal Raptors or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you see this dragon, you could for sure like steal Raptors.
What was it doing here? I think I was dropping a ward. Because I had nothing to buy, right? Because I still need pickaxe and I have nothing to do.
Probably that ward is better here, no?
Yeah, probably.
This is the same, but it also sees this angle. You will see this angle and this angle, whereas this ward only sees this angle.
Yeah. And now, because I don't have gold for pickaxe, I have to stay in lane. There's nothing I can do. And he has big item advantage. Can press items. He's CDR now. It's very obnoxious. I have no AD. I don't do damage anyways.
That's the other thing I was gonna say. Like, I think your logic was very flawed when you said like, "Oh, I want sustain because like he's gonna sustain." It's like, well, the way you kill a champion with sustain is by bursting with so much damage that the sustain doesn't ever trigger because you just kill him in 1 or 2 rotations. If you go for low damage, what happens is the opposite as what you want. It's like every trade or hit that you do on him is low damage, so then he sustains and compensates. It's like, imagine I'm a Soraka. I much rather play against a champion that's gonna slowly poke me with low amount of damage, even if they're tanky, and I can heal it up over time, than playing against a Kiana that will one-tap me and the heal is irrelevant because I can only heal once and she will one-tap me in that duration.
Yes.
So I think it's a fallacy to go tanky when the enemy is sustaining.
Yep, And by the way, why I did that, or like the first time, it's fucking obnoxious.
Oh boy.
And see, and if I had damage here, he's dead.
Yeah,
if I had the pickaxe, he's dead.
Yeah. Bro, with pickaxe and iron spike whip or whatever it's called,
yes,
the active, there he dies. Because the nice thing about that is that, for sure, like just add 100 damage from items plus 50 from the iron spike or whatever. Like, yeah, for sure he dies there.
And also the reason why I trimmed the wave before is because I didn't want him to get like another demolish proc on this cannon wave. Because it made look like very weird. Why that way? I gave him the free E when I wasted the cooldowns.
Just looking at how he's playing and you're playing, you should be winning so far, but you fucked yourself in so many ways.
Yeah.
It's like you're kinda losing against yourself. And what's more tragic, now you finally have some AD, but you don't have cooldowns anymore to use the AD.
Yes. And also, like, this is the play where basically top lane was lost. He's ahead by a lot right now. You can, I think, 800 to 1k gold right now. You can stop.
500, yeah.
500, not even that much. And this, basically, this play, which is about to happen here, lost the game. Or lost top lane, basically.
Yeah. Let's hit again.
Yeah, because now I lose entire cannon wave. This entire cannon wave.
But again,
is
imagine if you didn't burn all of your cooldowns when you didn't have items. If you had ult, flash ignite now, this is double kill and you're gonna win the game.
Yeah, this is like a fucking summarization of every single mistake, and very, very minor mistakes to a big one in the end. Because I would have gotten the first kills if I played more like correctly. If I didn't buy as dog shit, I would have killed them on the play before, where I used flash and everything.
But I hate that you did the flash play knowing that you didn't have items, because if you were patient, you would be like, okay, I'm gonna wait until I recall and get a pickaxe, and then I use the flash and ult and whatever.
Yeah, because
and then if you had it here, you get double kill.
Yeah, because usually I never ever in my fucking life buy Kindle Gem Phage. Ever on Riven, ever. This was very awkward buys and very, very awkward situations. So in that frame where I flashed on him, my brain, because I play Riven so much, was seeing, okay, this is lethal. But it would have been lethal if I had the items I usually do. And this was just a very uncommon situation because I had a fucking Kindle Gem, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what I always try to teach you about windows of opportunities, right? Like when you play in Halo, the idea is that the windows to act and do something are far in between, and also they are not very long, right? So the window you have to kill the Gragas, you gotta know that the window is gonna be only when you have Flash Ignite and you have the pickaxe finished, and if you do it earlier, it's like the metaphor of the subway. You're trying to get on the tracks of the subway when it isn't there, you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
instead of waiting for the window to open. So now that a window opened, so why did the window open now? Because Hecarim is here and Gragas used the E under tower and proc the face rush under tower. So it's a huge window. Gragas with no E, no face rush, Hecarim close. But when the window finally opens, you don't have your ticket to get on the subway. Because you already burned it in the last play when there was no window open. So playing in Halo is all about being ready with your ticket in hand when the window opens. And when the window is not open, don't try to do it.
Yeah, agree.
Oh, he's dead. What is he doing?
Yes. He could have just ran out, by the way. He had Ghost. He could have just E-Ghost and was fine if he ran bot. He just has to dodge Java EQ. And this is also like, I lost Cannon Wave, I lost Tempo, I lost another plate, I lost 2 kill XP. Both of them were shared, of course, but still.
I think he thought he could kill Gragas.
I think if he press Ghost, he kills, by the way. If he press Ghost, he kills him. 100%.
With the bonus damage? Yeah,
yes.
Maybe. Like, the thing is, I think that he has this syndrome where you wanna be the one that killed Baus or something.
Yes, exactly. And this was also in this game, because I was nervous. I'm playing in front of like 50k people, right? Because it's streaming. I didn't open the stream intentionally, because I know if I'm opening the stream, I get even more nervous.
But if you wanna play in Grandmaster Challenger, it's gonna happen most games that you're against famous people. You gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I know. I don't have that usually against like like if there's a pro player or whatever, I don't really care. But if it's like a streamer of 10k views, it's better now, but not as bad as it was before. Yes, okay. Basically, this one was like very clean played. I didn't see the lethal there, well played by him. And this is like already he's so far ahead, right? And
but this only
very clean by him.
The clip looks good, but it's only possible because he's 2 levels ahead and insane amount of items ahead. Like
exactly. Look at his items. It's so fucking obnoxious. I wanna kill myself. Look at that shit. I should say it in the video. Like his E is on 2-second cooldown now. Now it's fucking completely over. There's like no way of ever coming back.
I wonder what the cooldown is.
Yeah. In this position, I even thought to fucking sell my boots and just go gold rank. I was so desperate.
But okay, you gotta stop being emotional because what you're saying is true. But if you look at your mid lane and bot side, they're fine. So it's still really winnable. Like the gold is very. They have 700 more gold than you.
Yeah. And
you are doomed, but you're not the whole match, right? So it's all about just coming back and being annoying enough to force people to. Basically, when you're behind like this in top lane, like being behind means you cannot kill the enemy, and he can kill you, but it doesn't mean you cannot kill minions. So essentially, when Gragas is not a split push champion, thankfully, he's not gonna buy Hullbreaker, and like he can split, but it's gonna be slow split, and you just you have the power to either stop a split even though you're behind, which basically means that the lead doesn't matter, or if he roams away, you being behind doesn't mean you take minion waves any slower. So that's basically it. It's your team's problem, but
yeah.
Until that happens.
And they fucked it up, and this was like very, very sad. This was like I was probably broken at that second. Like he fucked up the bomber, right?
You ulted very late. If you ulted sooner, like you pressed
maybe,
the ult very late. As soon as he bombas, you should have ulted.
Yeah.
If you ulted sooner, that was a kill, 100%. Because also, look at this. In my opinion, you know that he's gonna go for bomba, right? Like, why would he Q on the tower?
Yeah.
And here's where you ult, I think.
Yes. I ult Q, I think.
Like you could have increased the chance of killing him by a couple of percent for sure if you ult some.
Yes, 100%
nothing to lose. Now this stage is there anything else to see?
I mean, after that, it's kinda whatever. But like, the thing is, what happened basically? He, I think, went top for a couple more resets, and after like bot lane opens up and they start to go mid lane, he starts to go bot lane, right? So I think I push this wave, I get this wave in, he comes top, collects the wave, bot lane the play happens, he TP's bot for tempo, and he just get obnoxiously fast with like 12 CS a minute. and afterwards it's just snowballing the lead and nothing really more to see, I think. But I think kind of like see the lane play out. It played out, right? There has been like so many mistakes by everyone here that 100% if I played it a little bit more cautious, a little bit more, I 100% would have completely snowballed the lane, would have been ahead so much, right? But
I agree.
well, happens.
The thing is, the league system, the LP system is not gonna judge you by only your best plays and your best moments. It's gonna judge you whether you're playing good or bad. So consistency and not making mistakes that you know are bad is as much of a skill as anything else.
Yeah.
And being able to play under pressure is as much of a skill as anything else, because the system, if a coach is scouting you for a team, you might tell them this is not the true me, usually doesn't happen, and they may listen to you. But with an LP system, the ranking system, you don't have that benefit of the doubt of like, yeah, I know this is not the true you. Like, if you're not consistent, you're not gonna climb.
Yes.
So I think training the consistency is as important as any other skill, as like last hitting or whatever, or weight management. Okay, next time you win, okay?
Of course. Thanks for the